the Victor on the bottom side, and Gangplank is locked in, so Doran to be piloting the Pirate most likely for the counter matchup into the Ornn, and Chovy will be taking potentially his famous Jace in the mid lane. Deft has also played Jace in international tournaments. It was awful. It was an absolutely terrible game. We're hoping he never does that again. So not likely that that's going to be happening, as we're going to be waiting another 10 seconds to find out where these solo laners are going.
Well, this is going to be 5 seconds remaining, so we'll wait to see what ends up getting locked in. T1 has an enormous amount of scaling, and it's going to be Chovy on the Gangplank. So this is really nice. This is actually one of the matchups where Gangplank can be flexed mid. It's very brutal for the Akali to try to play this game. Gangplank takes Grass to the Undying. There's lots of squishies on the side of T1. He's going to scale up massively and really stifle the Akali's ability to be relevant in the mid game. So this is going to be pretty interesting across the board. Obviously, I would say that T1 has the leg up down in bot lane. We'll have to see why Victor is going to be selected. Now, he's one of goes the distance. They have such insane scaling that things do get scary.
Yeah, and I mean, the Gangplank's going to scale very well. I mean, Victor is going to be a walking artillery cannon in the later stages of the game, but you always look at an Ornn, you look at a Graves, in fact. I mean, as far as scaling junglers are concerned, Graves certainly up there. And Aphelios needs no introduction alongside the Akali, which hasn't taken a lethal tempo. This puts down the pillar, but doesn't find too much more there as T1 instantly have started off this dragon based on that added information that they did have available to them. I really love this. T1, they notice anything and they will take the maximum. And so this Ocean Drake will be taken down. We'll see what the next one's going to be. Is Infernal Drake coming up next, and we will of course have a Cloud Soul for game number 1. Is Doran going to get knocked up? Canna, not with a lot of mana available, but you can see Doran just walking into that one, flash forward, and that was just disrespectful out of Doran. First blood so easily for Canna.
And Kana still has his spellbook available, I believe, so everything is just going really bad right now for DRX. You have an Akali that's going even against Gangplank in the mid lane, and this is a byproduct to how Chovy chose to play out the lane. Now Faker drawing a lot of aggro here.
Yep, barrel comes down. They do get the flash out. Yeah, double flashes in here as Pioshik's going to be able to take down the Akali. Cuz has been exhausted as Kerry is chasing after them, but Magical Journey gets them safely into the red buff.
Closer with the edge going to T1 once the items start going to 4, 5, 6. Even though there's a Victor and a Gangplank, things just get really hard as, okay, pick scaling comp, rotate for Herald, and see how it works, Cotton.
Yeah, well, Carrier is going to go down very low, eats the Grey Health, flashes away, but in goes Faker. Is able to execute the Tahm Kench, but now he's on the wrong side. He's got the Shroud, but already 2 kills have come in as Teddy takes a Magical Journey. Looks for the next one, but Faker steals it away. And T1 find another fantastic team fight in this matchup against DRX. And it started very early in this game.
And it feels like this game is all right, so if we identify the game state as T1 being ahead when they're slightly behind in gold, they're now ahead in gold. And like I was saying, right before that fight ended up transpiring, you pick a scaling team composition, you rotate for Herald, but we've talked about this many times on the broadcast. They've talked about it in LCS, LEC as well, that if you rotate for the Herald...
Going to fight for this. Teleport coming in, it's down very low. There's the Tempered Fate, and Pioshik doesn't have his flash available. He will have to use that ultimate, but the Devour comes in first. Faker now in the backline. The Dragon is stolen away, but this is all about the Akali and what he can do to try and eradicate DRX. Looks like he's not going to go too far forward, and Mountain Soul is coming in. Thankfully, I successfully cast a curse at this time around, and we're not going to have any boring Cloud Drakes.
And the thing about the Mountain Soul that's so problematic for DRX, oppressive against DRXs.
Well, Faker is going to dive on top of Chovy. There's the Cannon Barrage. They're going to trade ultimates for the moment. Second charge not there anymore for Faker, so no more aggression as DRX are going to put down Shelly on the top side. As Canna's looking to try and at least stop something. Gets a knock-up, but that's only going to deny a few moments of Shelly's time, as she does eat up all of those plates on this turret. So, slight advantage here, but Deft will need a devour here from Carrier. Does get him into his belly, but Carrier relatively low and Cuz making his way in. Teddy should be taken down here as DRX have turned it bottom side, and now Cuz could be in trouble. There's the stopwatch from Carrier. Depth very low, but Cuz as well takes that auto from the Victor and is in a lot of trouble. Abyssal Voyage, Depth can't get in, and Faker is going to be able to take down the Tahm Kench anyway. Actually smart of Depth not to get in there, otherwise that would have been a double kill for Faker with 1 5-point strike, but instead they're still able to get down here and take down a few plates on this turret. Sadly for T1 though, Teddy doesn't get any.
Yeah, so it ends up being a 2-for-1 in the end, not the end of the world, but T1 definitely making out ahead as Kana trying to run for his life right now. He's going to make it. He's going to dab on them with the Pengu emote.
These kids, man.
Yeah. 2 minutes until Mountain Soul comes up, and with all the jungle camps...
Started off Shirley under the noses of DRX. Decent stun there onto Carrier, but Kana gets inside track, and he's going to move down this river. Death turns up, but it looks like Shirley's just going to be given away. And we're going to go Herald for Herald so far in this game. Illustrating just how close this game actually is. I know. So... And there's a Tempered Fate. Carrier will be able to gobble up this Victor if he wants to. Doesn't even have to here. As Effort taking a lot of damage. Chaos Storm comes down. Magical Journey gets the Bard out of there. Possible overextension, but you can see DRX just trying to get the health bars low on T1 and allow them to move over towards this Mountain Drake. Already teleport coming in from Doran, who does have his Duskblade completed. And throws out the Shock Blast. Teddy in trouble. Look at that lethality doing work as Chovy and Faker fighting it out. Faker getting that ultimate out of Chovy is a big deal, actually, as Chovy's still sitting on all of those oranges, and Faker now having to run for the hills. He does have teleport, but Pyoshik's coming down as well. No Shroud for the next couple of seconds, as he doesn't go for the alcove. Does get the Shuriken backflip, though, but there's the snipe! And Michael Jordan in the form of a Jace and Doran is going to be able to take down the Akali.
And that's really unfortunate for T1 because they give DRX over a Mountain Dragon for free, and that's Faker just being a little bit greedy there against the game plan. Had Chovy been kiting as best as he could have, he would have been able to actually solo the Akali there, which is a testament to just how unfortunate that situation would have been, or could have been, for T1. The kill ends up going over to Doran. Mountain Drake captured, and we got some action up here in the top lane. There's no turret plates. However...
Yep, just going to be that turret, as Shirley is going to be answered by Doran on the bottom side. I think he does more than a Herald at this point in the game. Certainly able to accelerate his auto attacks to the point where you can just shred these turrets down, and we'll get the crap.
Not sure where Pyoshik is, but he does have level 11, so he does have that rank 2 ultimate available, but T1 with the low ground is exactly where they want to be. Horn has an upgrade of not electing to use it on anyone.
Yeah, Faker's actually going to be taken down very low here. Goes Golden, Gravity Field is set up, Flash comes down as there's the Cannon Barrage, stopping a lot of this re-engage from T1. Subjugate now on cooldown as DRX are just going to move over and take this outer turret as Death Rays are flying left, right, and center. Carrier, they're making sure that T1 aren't rotating over to this Drake. And now it looks like 3 members of T1 have been caught out of position. Cuz down to half health as DRX, they claim the low ground. Now it's time for T1 to find a way back in.
Yeah, and you can see Kana, just barely going to miss the Death Ray. He upgraded the Obsidian Cleaver here instead of Teddy's Molten Edge, which is a little bit surprising. They're going to go over the wall. They're going to flip.
Yeah, we're looking for a 50-50 as Faker's right into the backline. Great devour from Carrier, and Faker falls. Canna gets exhausted as it is going to be the Mountain Drake locked down by DRX, and they claim a couple of kills. Abyssal Voyage very aggressively on top of Cuz, who will get licked by Carrier and destroyed. But no, fantastic snare comes through from Effort. I don't know whether it's going to be enough as flashes forward from DRX, and they are not stopping Teddy. In trouble, the flash from Chovy, the Chaos Storm, not enough, and Teddy's going to survive. But the pings are down on the Baron.
The pings are going over to the Baron, and DRX managed to win a Mountain Dragon that I don't think anyone probably would have suspected them to win if you just rewinded the tape by like 45 seconds. T1 were in such a good position, but now they're the ones that got out muscle. Teleports coming in to try to do something.
This could
but this should be the Baron.
Faker's gonna dive on in, and oh my god, Faker steals the Baron. He's turned it immediately. Takes down the jungler as well. Carrier, no options. This is an uber throw out of DRX, but a fantastic capitalization by T1. They ace Dragon X in the Baron pit, and now the game might just be over.
The game might indeed be over, Atlas, as they have a minion wave in close proximity. But the death timers, I'm actually not sure. Alright, at the very least, they should be able to get the inhibitor. They're not actually going to go for the end of the game. They're going to get the inhibitor. Well, they should actually leave the inhibitor alive. They shouldn't take it at this point. Instead, just, yes. Okay. You know what? You're not going to get to take it away. So they left the inhibitor up, and the reason that you don't want to take it right now is because this would not be a game-ending.
Take that one down. In the meantime, Faker's in the mid lane, just keeping Deft and Pyosik busy. The wave clear offered by this Victor is not as powerful with this Baron buff applied, and T1 moving towards over a 5,000 gold lead right now. Teddy will take a shock blast, but they're not starting to do as much damage as DRX were really hoping, especially up against what should be a very squishy Aphelios. Faker moving, and this dragon has already been started. Flanking position for Faker, as you can already see. Double control wards are put down, but look, this dragon is just already taken. Cuz is going to be able to eliminate it, and DRX unable to do anything. And here's the Ornhorn to try and go for the re-engage. Double knock up there on the Pyosik and Carrier. There's the cannon barrage. Faker gets into the backline, hasn't done anything just yet though. This is going to get shot by Chovy a few times. Redemption coming on in, and that is going to get Faker back up to relatively high health. Flash is going to be flashed by Carrier, as Deft making his way in, but not able to actually follow up with this Chaos Storm, as Teddy not going to be displaced by that pillar. Pyosik throwing down the flash, getting nothing for it, and that is just Soul Point given over to T1 with no response from DragonX.
Yep, and so T1, they bring themselves to Soul Point. All they have to do now is wave clear endlessly for about 5 minutes. Teddy flashing those really wave first. They're going to try to get vision control over this. Might even be able to go over and take the red buff away as well. Perhaps putting it on the Jace or the Gangplank as Kana's caught out.
Yeah, going to be able to get the knock up there as Deft gets to Valid, gets spat out again. Good knock up there from Carrier. Deft has to flash to get himself out of the way. Faker immediately exhausted, dives onto Deft, who's already dead actually. The Aphelios takes him down as Chovy, the last real man standing who can do any damage, but Doran is going to be there. Effort chasing after Carrier now. They're just going to give up their Tahm Kench as Doran moves on back. A minute and a half until that Mountain Drake is available. And Chovy should be able to get the back off here. No, not able to, as he's hit by the Forge Fire Cape. Effort turns up, doesn't land the Cosmic Binding, as Chovy trying to do the impossible. Takes a magical journey, wants to take down the Bard, but he's just gone back and forth through this journey. Can he actually take him down here though is the question. He's going to get that lifeline. A lot of extra lifesteal now available for this Gangplank, who's going to get knocked up, and there is the boop with the brittle, and Canna is going to take him down.
Yeah, now they're going to teleport over to the Baron. Chovy not going to be available for this, even though he would have a teleport or his ultimate when he would come up. This is just going to be the Baron going over to T1. This is going to convert into the Mountain Soul, and I can't see a way where DRX is supposed to win the next team fight, Atlas. I really don't see it in any foreseeable universe, as I just want to point out Faker, a bit of a savant, did
not necessarily all that much of a big deal, but DRX are getting in here. Tempered Fate comes down, single knockup from Canna isn't the best, as Chovy's in this Drake pit, goes golden with his stopwatch, but he's still in danger and will be taken out as Cuz locks down the Mountain Soul, and T1 are staring down a game 1 win. Faker diving into the back line. And now Doran trying to run, but he's not going to be able to. 5 members of T1 just launching after him. He buys a small amount of time, but it's a double kill for Faker. A 10,000 gold lead and a game 1 win for T1.
And I think that that's just going to be it. There's no way for DRX to sort of resist this push. I mean, Carrier, he's going to try what he can, but none of the members are going to come up in time. Magical Journey to help just get some of the members across, and this is going to be game 1 going over to T1. Even though there was some shakiness, they almost actually threw the game away, but they managed to remain steadfast. They brought it back. Yeah.
But these are the Nexus turrets falling down. T1, game 1 in this best of 5, pretty comfortably in the end, go their way, but there were some moments that